Big game on Sunday. To me, it's the biggest game, the most important for me. Baltimore and Buffalo. We already know Lamar looking like the MVP. Josh Allen looking like an MVP. The fake so-called experts already damn near had Buffalo in the Super Bowl before the goddamn season started. But so far what you see, they both 2-1. I think it's a critical game of the season for both of them. Both teams got one loss, and both of their losses came to the same team, Miami. Who you think gonna win from what you've been seeing?
Shit, Baltimore and who?
And Buffalo. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's gonna be a nice matchup, but I think it'll be a battle with defenses, cause they both got a good offense, you know. Their line, y'all got a nice offensive line. It's gonna be who got the best corners and pass rush. Who got the best pass rush, basically? Cause you gotta be able to defend Lamar in the box to keep him. You know, you rather him run straight and try to make something happen if you're gonna break. So if they can contain him, then, which I believe they can, cause I like they good, nice all around team to compete with Baltimore. So.
You gotta watch Big Josh too, though. He'll run too.
That's what I'm saying. And he big.
Mm-hmm. See, the difference is,
so yeah,
Buffalo gotta keep Lamar contained, because his takeoff could lead to a goddamn 79 touchdown yard run. But Josh, you gotta keep him contained in this sense. He dangerous on third down. You know, he could run. Yeah, he could keep the play alive. He could keep the chains moving, which is critical. But Lamar, he pew, 7. You know what I'm saying? He'll take that shit to the house. This is a good game right here. Like, this is, the AFC is competitive, man. Because no matter what, one of those two teams going to be, at the end of the day, 2-2. You feel me?
2-2.
And to me, Lamar and Josh Allen, to a certain degree, both great quarterbacks in this era. All they doing is building on their legacy as long as they stay healthy throughout the years. So, but both of them seem to be, they have a chip on their shoulder. Patrick Mahomes will have that same chip because of his style of play too. Because all three of them niggas, they got that, you know, they represent this modern day athletic dual threat. You know what I'm saying? Arcade kind of like. But the difference with Mahomes, he at least got that Super Bowl ring and went to a bowl and lost, where he good. No more chip. It's just about adding if he can. But them two, they've been close, but they got that chip. And I think when two players in their absolute prime have marquee matchups and they both got a chip, I believe we in a treat. Like, we in for a treat. Like it's gonna be one of them intense games with niggas playing D, like you said. Everybody, because the players that fuck with Josh, everybody trying to make the right play. The defense trying to make the right play. Nah, we riding with our guy, the best quarterback. And you could tell Lamar got that type of energy within his team. They playing for him. Yeah, we gonna help Lamar break it. They ain't what? This nigga out here winning games for us and they didn't want to pay him? When you a good leader, man, motherfuckers will play for you. And to me, both of them quarterbacks look like they got a team surrounded. Like Diggs, he tell you that's his guy. He a stud. I like that type of shit. It ain't business all the way. Because they still young. It still got a little bit of legacy. They want to prove their greatness. Some of these other niggas, they already great, but they already know the business of this shit. Aaron Rodgers done play games. Am I leaving? I don't go. And then Devontae leave. It's like, that's business. Because why are you leaving the Hall of Fame? It don't got nothing to do with football. Man, I'm leaving because it's boring and shit in Green Bay. You get what I'm saying? Like, So when you see players like Stephon Diggs become an all-pro like he is and give his quarterback praise, that's a motherfucker that's telling me them young niggas, they got a team, they want to win. It ain't just them thinking about money. I didn't hear that behavior from AB when he was in the league. And AB that nigga. But he was an individual, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't sense a we. And that's, yeah. But he got that ring with Brady. But you know what I mean. I like those games. I put like this new, man, this is a hell of a generation coming up of quarterbacks. Cause it ain't easy for them. The Mahomes, the Josh Allens, the Lamar Jacksons, the Justin Herberts. Justin a bad motherfucker, but they can't even get to the playoffs for it. You know what I'm saying? It's too competitive. We gotta see what the boy in Jacksonville. They looking good so far. Trevor Lawrence. Tua. That goddamn Tua. Who else out there in the AFC real quick? Quarterbacks. Before I get to the East. Young crop. Yeah, Tua. I feel like it's somebody I'm missing. Russ a vet. I ain't talking about Russ. This new generation of nigga. Yeah, that's pretty much it. On that. Oh yeah, Deshaun Watson. They make you forget about him because they did the dumb shit. Framing him. Before Deshaun did what he did, he was top 5 in the league. That's why he got the bag like that.
Watch out, vehicle on shoulder ahead.
People forgetting how great that nigga. He's a duo threat. And you do some dumb shit like, why would you trade DeAndre Hopkins and that's your quarterback's favorite target? Because these niggas knew something that we ain't know. It just hit the public when it hit the public. Something with that ownership. Motherfuckers is like, I'm getting out of here. Even JJ Watt made a comment when he ended up leaving. But it's all good. And then in the East, you got them young niggas, you know, the Dax and the Jalen Hurts. We got to see what he going to do because they hyping him right now. They're deservingly so of how they playing, but you got to see the whole year shit.
Show up.
People be cooking golf, but Detroit kind of competitive. They losing, but they competitive. And he already been to a bowl with the Rams. I'm just saying, it's like it's been some talented quarterbacks in this little young generation, and they still got shit to prove or legacies to shape. But who else in the East that's kind of young, that's looking promising? Oh, the boy in Arizona, Kyler Murray. Yeah, pretty much. Because I don't know, man. I think Daniel Jones take a beating too much.
Quarterback for Chicago. Who was he?
He a young. This his second year though. Like he ain't there yet. He's in the make or break. The people we named improved a certain level of make. Now they gotta define their legacy. But yeah, the Giants quarterback, he remind me of a mobile Eli Manning. It's like you could tell they was trying to replace. We need another Eli. You know what I'm saying? He looked like another Eli, but more mobile. But they just don't got the team. Because Daniel Jones, he got skills. He be running and he could throw it, but to me, he took a beating, and this year it's like a make or break. If they don't do it, it's through. They gonna have to move on. And now he'll end up being in the pay market of a backup play. Like he'll float around being a backup. And he might get another opportunity, like how in Atlanta, their starting quarterback is Mariota. Remember Mariota? I think I'm pronouncing this. The nigga who used to be with Tennessee. And I thought he could play. He was mobile and he could throw. But sometimes it be, man, when niggas ain't making the right plays and critical shit, it could fuck you. You can have the mechanics, but it's like, it don't equate to winning.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought Mariota, or whatever his name, I like him better than who they got in Tennessee. The nigga to replace him, the big tall white boy, Tannehill. I never really was a Tannehill guy.
That was when we first started with the Miami. But I liked it when Tannehill was with Miami, they start changing. They start winning.
He's that classic big pocket quarterback, but
his first 2 seasons with him, I liked him, but then he started declining. He's some shit.
Mm-hmm. And then again, he was more conservative with the Titans. But I was just viewing it like, you got that big running back. It's like they didn't ask Tannehill to do too much. It was a run game. But I felt like, why y'all give up on Mariota, whatever his name is? Why they give up on him too soon? Because I felt like you handed off to big Derrick Henry and you got a nigga like that who mobile.
Read option.
Yeah, so I was just like, maybe it's something we don't know. Shit that, because sometimes it's about, they be scouting everything. Like, this nigga can't make the right throws.
Mm-hmm. Who give us the better chance to win, basically?
Mm-hmm. Or to execute this offense.
That's same.
Because they take their chances on people, but it don't always equal winning, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll make a change and still lose. I'm talking about fucking with these coaches. I'll never forget back in the day, they let little Doug Flutie, he led Buffalo to the playoffs, but Wade bitch-ass Phillips, soon as the playoff game, it was that famous game when Tennessee had beat, remember the miracle throw they always show? With Frank Wycheck, he threw the ball across the field to Kevin Dyson and he ran it back. It was the last play of the game. Basically, I seen that game in real time, and that's a classic NFL ending. It was the year the Titans went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Rams. That was the wild card game. It was Buffalo, but the controversy was, because some of the commentators, they was like, why would you let Doug Flutie lead? So you're saying he could lead you, because they were saying the other quarterback gave him the best chance, because remember Doug Flutie was short. And the other quarterback, he was good though. The nigga name was Rob Johnson. I don't know if you remember that nigga. Did he come to the Redskins for a year? Rob Johnson or some shit like that. He was in Buffalo for a little bit. He could play. And for a minute, it was like a little controversy with him and Doug Flutie. It was like Flutie, he was winning. He had Flutie magic. It was like 2 years in a row. Buffalo was in the playoffs like in the late 90s. But then when year 2000, for whatever reason, Wade Phillips decided to bench him. And the only explanation, but see, maybe it's something that went on behind the scenes, but it don't come to the public. Because they only blamed it on coach's decision. But everybody in the media was like, it don't make sense. You going little Doug Flutie lead these motherfuckers to the playoffs, but then y'all say Rob give us the best chance to win, and you still lose. But it was funny because the nigga Rob could play though, and he was bigger. So sometimes I think it'd be about a game plan. Like, I don't know, man. We be having to roll you out the pocket to do this shit because you short. You remember Doug Flutie was 5'8" and shit. But It be that type of shit. I don't know. I ain't gonna keep babbling. I just wanted to hear your thoughts on the Ravens versus Buffalo.
Yeah, I put my money on Ravens though.
I just gotta see who at home. That's if Buffalo at home, I might go with Buffalo. Cause it's cold as shit, you know what I'm saying? They more used to that shit than the visitor.
Baltimore get cold.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it's a known Buffalo is cold all year, basically. And it's funny because I just seen 38 Special in the Math Hoffa, and he from upstate, and they was asking him, man, how do y'all deal with that cold? Like, it's a different type of, like, Baltimore get cold, but upstate it's cold. And he made sense. He said it's depressing up there. He said that's why it's a lot of violence whenever we do have good weather, because niggas don't know how to act. But when he used depressing, it made sense. It was like, damn, imagine living in an environment where it's just cold all year round. And he was like, snow be coming up the hill. It's like, that's just an energy of gloom, because they talk about we need the sun. It ain't just because we having fun, like, you know, them good sunny days, people just in a good mood. I think that shit is scientific. The sun helps the mood. That's why we say it's a sunny day, or, you know what I'm saying? I think it's deeper than just the sunny day. So that's what I'm going with. If Baltimore at home, I'm going with Baltimore. If Buffalo at home, I'm going with Buffalo. Al Hayes got his money on the Ravens. I might bet that game. I might got to.